Hey guys, in this video a little something different. We just got back from our family vacation in Washington, D.C. where we stopped at Mount Vernon, and I got a little treat for myself. I'm going to go ahead and read this little postcard here I got from Mount Vernon. I'll tell you all about it, and then I'll show you what I got. So, George Washington's Mount Vernon called Mount Vernon home from 1754 until his death in 1799. He inherited a smaller plantation, which he enlarged to 21 rooms, and it was situated on 8,000 acres. It's the most visited historic home in all of America, and on that plantation, he had his own distillery. He had a farm hand on there, a farm manager named James Anderson. He was a Scottish man who advised Washington that maybe he should start distilling, which he did. And in 1799, he had over 11,000 gallons of his whiskey distilled and sold, making it one of the most distilled whiskeys in all of America. So in 2007, they reopened the site that was once the distillery. So what they did is they just reconstructed this distillery. They actually found Washington's recipe in like 1798, 1799, and preserved it. And so on the back here of this card here, it's George Washington's Rye Whiskey. This bottle of George Washington Straight Rye Whiskey is one of a limited number made at Mount Vernon's reconstructed distillery. Its mash bill consists 60% rye, 35% corn, and 5% malted barley. A recipe discovered in Washington's distillery ledgers from 1798 to 1799, what I was talking about there. His whiskey was distilled at least twice before being sent to the market as an unaged, colorless form. This whiskey was aged for 2 years on Mount Vernon estate in charred American oak barrels, giving it a dark amber color and flavor of notes of vanilla and caramel. They make this whiskey the exact same way it was made in the 18th century, using the exact same recipe that George Washington used when he was making his whiskey. Now, this is the George Washington Straight Rye Whiskey. This is the premium one. I believe you can get it for, I think it's $225 to $250. This is 375 milliliters, distilled on his farm. On the back here, it tells you that it was aged 4 years, 2 months in the year 2022, and this is bottle number 283. So on here, it has a quote from Washington from October 29th, 1799. And it says, 200 gallons of whiskey will be ready this day for your call, and the sooner it is taken, the better, as the demand is brisk. So basically he's saying, like, get this stuff out of here. It's going pretty quick. You're going to have another buyer here shortly. So in this glass, it came from Mount Vernon, and just going to pour it in here and give it a shot. Now, I have not had this yet, so... It smells like a whiskey, so we'll give it a little go here. You can definitely smell the oak. Yeah, for sure. I'll put the top back on that. Don't want any spillage of this. Let's see. It smells good. Really smooth. Not a strong whoa, wow, not a strong aftertaste, but it hits you pretty good. The burn, there's a little bit of a burn, not much, but definitely taste the oak. It's definitely smooth, and you do taste the caramel a little bit. Definitely smell it. This is not that bad. This is really good. really good. it's really smooth. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna cut this with anything. I'm not gonna put ice on it. I'm not gonna put it in the fridge. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna leave it out because that's, you know, how it was handled back then. This is 43% alcohol by volume rather. I'm telling you, that's not much, but that'll definitely do the trick. Not much else to say other than that. It's smooth. It looks crystal clear. It smells great too. I could see this going with, I don't know, something sweet. I need a little something sweet with this. Usually I do with whiskey. I need a little snack with it, but this is actually pretty good. It might be hard for you to get this. The only way I was able to get it was because we went to Mount Vernon. I believe if you live within certain mileage or certain states, I think Virginia, West Virginia, and I think Maryland, you can have this delivered to you, but don't quote me on that. I know that there are shipping options available, but it's not for it's not for where I live. It's not as far where I live. But if you ever get to Mount Vernon, they do have a tour, a tasting tour. Unfortunately, all the tickets were sold out when we were there. It's $60 a pop if you decide to do it. This is not the only bottle of whiskey that they have. They have different variations. They actually have a peach brandy. But this is the one that I really wanted. When I was researching things I wanted to do in Washington, you know, it's got such a rich history. You know, when we didn't go to we've been to Washington before as a family with my son. This time we went with our daughter and our son. And we never got to Mount Vernon. And when I read about the distillery, I thought it was very, very interesting. And when I read that they do the distilling the same way in the 18th century that they did, and that they used the recipe that he did, I decided this is the one I'm going to get. I didn't care, you know, the price might be steep, but this will be for nice special occasions. The Lightning are playing tonight, so maybe they can pull it off. We'll see. But this is really good, guys. It's not going to be something. It's not an everyday whiskey. Obviously, you know, you go to Costco, that's where you get your everyday whiskey. You know, your big thing of whiskey. This is for special occasions. And I've been talking way too long. My wife has been very patient. She's been wanting to try some as well. So I'll let you guys know in the description what she says, and we'll go from there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. Just trying little different things here. If you guys ever get the chance, head out to Mount Vernon, check out what's going on there, learn about what is going on with the preservation of the unmarked graves of the enslaved people that were on the premises tending to George Washington's farm. I think you'll learn a great deal, and it's really enlightening when you do see that, and the work that they go to try to preserve that area of Mount Vernon. So do yourself a favor if you're an American, or if you're just a person in general who loves history, go ahead and check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video. I know it was kind of quick, not something I normally do, but it's kind of a special thing, so I wanted to give you guys a little insight on that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. See you next time.